Remember how back in the day phones used to come in many different shapes and sizes? They were cool and unusual. We kinda lost that with modern smartphones. I mean, sure, smartphones are useful and really practical, you can do pretty much anything with them. However, they're all the same. In this video I want to talk about some cool and unusual smartphones that actually represent where smartphones might go in the future. Let's dive right into it. First, I want to talk about the Nokia Morph concept. The Morph concept demonstrates how future smartphones might be stretchable and flexible, allowing the user to transform their mobile device into radically different shapes. Now, this is just a concept phone, but with the invention of the foldable phones, we're slowly getting there. The most well-known foldable phone is of course the Samsung Galaxy Fold. But there are other models and concepts out there, such as the vertical flipping Samsung Galaxy Z Flip and the Motorola Razr. Then we have the foldable phones with two screens, such as the LG V60 and the Microsoft Surface Duo, which I really like. We should also mention that phones that fold the other way, such as the Huawei Mate X and the Royole FlexPi. But I also want to talk about the new concepts by TCL, mainly the trifold phone that has two hinges and the rollable extendable phone, which extends the screen to the side. These are really exciting concepts and I can't wait to learn more about them. Another thing I want to mention on the topic of foldable phones is the reaction people seem to have. Anytime someone makes a post about foldable phones, you see comments such as, "But why? Who needs this? We never asked for this. I'm perfectly happy with my regular smartphone. I don't need a folding phone." Or, "They cost way too much." In my previous video, I talked about how I think that smartphones are the future of personal computing. You just need a bigger screen to be as productive as you are with a laptop or a PC. Right now, we'll solve this by implementing desktop mode in our smartphones, which allows us to connect our phones to a monitor, keyboard and mouse and to use a desktop-style OS. However, in the future, I believe that phones will be the only computers we use and we will carry them with us all the time. You will be able to simply open up, fold out or roll out the phone like the devices we see in science fiction movies. Well, for now, foldable phones are just the first step in that direction. You might not need it just yet and they might be too expensive, but if we wanna one day have the cool and unusual devices you see in sci-fi movies, we have to go through these simpler iterations first. I also want to talk about modular phones for a second, because I think it's a really exciting concept filled with potential. This is Google's Project Ara, a concept phone where you can build and change the different phone parts to create the perfect smartphone for you. For example, if you want a better camera, you just remove the old camera module and replace it with a new one. If you want a faster phone, you just swap the processor module for a faster one. Unfortunately, it seems that this project has been cancelled. However, the potential of the concept still exists, and I think that making our phones modular is the key to making our devices last much longer. That way, not only will we have future-proof devices, but we will also limit the resources we spend and the impact on the environment. I'm no expert, but I feel like it's better to just make and buy processors than it is to make and buy whole new phones. Another cool futuristic idea that I like are the wearable bracelet smartphones. I don't think that this is a concept that is definitely going to become common one day, especially since we already have smartwatches. However, there is something really cool about wearable tech and the possibility to wear your smartphone on your wrist. To me, that just sounds futuristic and awesome. There you have it, some cool and unusual smartphones that I think represent the future of smartphones. What do you think? Do you agree with me? I would love to know your opinion. Also, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. And don't forget to tune in next time for more awesome talks and discussions about the future.